Okay.
All right, so today I was just calling this like a potpourri class. We're going to do a little bit of everything. There's a dead stuffed hedgehog on my floor. Thanks, Jez. I have a block handy. If you do not have one, don't worry about it. I don't really have any specific plans to use it, but if you have like a stack of Tolkien novels or something, if you have like a couch cushion or anything that you can sit up on, I highly recommend doing so because it's just a little bit easier in your hips and to have a lifted spine. And you don't have to sit like me, sit cross-legged, flat back against the wall or the couch. It really doesn't matter. Getting into practice today. So I live in the Northwest and it's been like 80 degrees and sunny for a while. And especially those of us who are really big into sunshine and warmth have been saying like, oh yeah, last week was so great. And this week is not, because it's 55 and gray and we need the rain though. So like I need to just get over that. We all need to get over it. And really it's kind of self-destructive to our headspace and our attitude and our energy levels to say, oh, well, last week was good and I feel great. And then this week, exclusively because of the rain and the temperature, I've just set myself up for this like not great mood, right? There's this Tibetan proverb that I like to remind myself of because I need to work on it all the time. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. And I feel a little bit better today because I've been practicing this over the last couple of days of trying to watch my language so that I don't say like, ugh, about the weather. That I don't get into that kind of headspace and that kind of mindset about it. But just to say like, it's cloudy today. To be in a discerning place and rather than a judgmental place. Like my knee's been fucky, my hamstrings been all weird. It's like, okay, well, that's just what it is. And that's what I'm working with. And not to allow that to say, oh, the body's no good. Or like the days when your meditation practice is just all scattered. Like it's not no good. It's just different than it could be. So watching these thoughts and watching the way that we set ourselves up for the way that we're living. We're gonna start working into some face brushing. I really like to wash the day away in this way. You'll take your index finger and thumb together, the squishy spot at the bottom of your thumb, bring that to the center of your forehead and brush outwards towards your temples a few times. Then go from the sides of your nose out to your temples, along your cheekbones, and from the temples down to your chin. So you go along the bottom edge of your face, the jawline. And from the sides of your nose down to your chin, tracing your laugh lines. May they be forever deepening with lots of practice, even when the literal clouds and the figurative clouds roll in. And take your fingertips underneath and behind your ears. So there's that soft spot back there and then a little bony spot up above it. And when you lift up on your spine from that point, when you lift up in your head from that point, it's a nice way to lift your spine. Try to keep that lift with you as you breathe in and as you breathe out, and drop your hands down into your lap. Start to take a few deep breaths. As we move through this practice, as it might get a little bit strong, as it might move maybe a little bit fast, the pace of your movement will be at your own breath. It doesn't have to match my words. If you find yourself needing to leave some of the movement behind or pause for a while, let the breath be your first priority. It's cool to simply be here with ourselves, be here in this moment. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Big exhale through your mouth. Again, like that, just breathing in Breathing out for 3 ohms. Start to blink your eyes open. If you have been sitting over against the wall or your couch, start to bring yourself away. We want to come to a comfortable seat, sitting up on our own strength and support at this point. Like I said, sitting up perhaps on something, a blanket, a pillow, a block, a book. We're going to take some twists. Start with a big breath in, lift your arms up. And then feel the backs of your ears lifting up. So you're a little bit longer through your spine. Maybe even let your belly button rest back a little bit, but try not to round. So just trying to fill up the back side of your body. And then one more breath in to get a little taller. You're gonna put your right hand into the small of your back and then your left hand over at your right knee. So let your belly fall back towards your hand without rounding the spine. So you're still straight up and down. Take another breath in. And then a breath out and relax your right shoulder open. Then reach both arms up. Inhale, come back to the center. You're gonna exhale, left hand to the small of your back, right hand to your left knee. Get a little bit taller from the backs of your ears, and on your exhale, soften your belly back towards your hand. Again, big breath in, get taller. Exhale, relax your left collarbone. And again, inhale, reach the arms up. We'll exhale into the twist. Right hand behind the back. Stay here for a breath in. Soften that belly and the right shoulder as you breathe out. Then inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, twist. Left hand behind your back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, soften everything, including that left shoulder. Inhale, back to the center. One more time. Exhale, twist to the right. Get taller, breathe in. Open the twist, breathe out. Inhale, back to the center, lift up. Exhale, twisting towards the left side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, soften. And then release your twist. Come back to the center, lift your arms up. And then you're gonna soften your belly back a little bit. So we're trying to find this long space through the spine. And then keep the belly softened back as you pull your elbows down and out to your side. So inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, keep that belly back as you pull your elbows out to your side. Do that a few more times. I'm gonna shift my positioning because you'll see a little bit more of what I'm talking about. So inhale, lift up. And then you're feeling your belly drawing towards your spine. So my spine stays straight and tall. What sometimes happens is we do this. Right? And there's a place for that, but I want to stay here where we're a little bit more strong in that neutral place. Take 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then relax your arms down. So we're going to come out onto our bellies. I'm going to roll all the way down. Go ahead and move. Okay, I should mention this. If you have a block or a stack of books and you ever like to use that in your practice, I would recommend placing it towards the front of your mat. That's where you're most likely going to need to use it when I forget to mention it later. You're going to take your right arm out to the right side, put your left hand under your left shoulder. You're going to roll your left leg back and look to the left. Relax your head down. Allow your collarbone to open. Whatever you're doing with this left leg is fine. Think of softness and spaciousness in the front of your right collarbone. Take 2 more deep breaths. Roll over onto your belly. Pick your head up, look over towards the right, slide the right hand in, the left arm out, and then rest your head down as you roll that right leg back behind you. A little bit of a twist, mostly we're stretching the front of the left shoulder. 2 more breaths. And then go ahead and lift your head up so you can roll over onto your belly. You're gonna bring your hands in by your low ribs and come up into a nice low cobra pose. So don't worry about how high you get. You can broaden your collarbones. And then on your exhale, soften it down. One more time like that. Inhale, feel the heart lift up. Exhale, soften it down. You're gonna take your hands, reach them behind you, see if you can hold on to your fingers, interlace them, and then peel your heart up again, stretching your chest open. If you'd like to raise your legs at this point, you can. Try to lift your inner thighs if you do. And then one more inhale, peel it open a little bit more. Exhale, soften it down. Hands back in by the low ribs. We'll take 2 more cobras, see how it feels. Inhale, feel the chest opening. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, opening. Exhale, lower. And then roll over onto one side. So you just can face me or go onto whichever side you like. We're going to talk about top leg and bottom leg. You're going to take your top leg up into tree pose. It's fine if it's on your knee because you're not really going to press down into that knee as long as it doesn't hurt. But if you can get it up higher, you can go up higher. Wiggle your bottom arm out a little bit more. And then reach your bottom leg as long as you can. So you want to feel the front of your hip open. You don't want to be piking where it's easy to balance. You want this to be kind of hard to balance. Watch your breath. Maybe you take your fingertips up to your top knee. Reach out through those bottom toes. Exhale. Relax that bottom leg. You're going to catch the back of your top knee, but then pull it in. Now, probably your thigh bone is up in the top of your hip socket, right? Like it's kind of crunching in. You're going to drop your thigh bone down to the bottom of your hip socket. And then maybe you extend that bottom. Oh my gosh. If you feel like you're falling over, that's fine. Your body's not really used to balancing in this position, so it's good. Try to get the thigh bone down to the bottom of the hip socket and watch your breath. One more exhale. Okay, go ahead and let your leg go. All right, maybe the other side will be different. Go ahead and roll it over. I'm just gonna switch over this way because it's a little easier for me to face you. Go ahead and bring your foot up on the inside of your knee. You're gonna walk the bottom arm out. So you want lots of space on the side of the armpit. Oh gosh. And then you're gonna lengthen out through that bottom leg. So you wanna feel an openness in the front of your pelvis. I also like to think of reaching that bent knee away. It's gonna help to draw the low belly in. Try to relax your jaw muscles. Keep your breath going. Maybe your fingertips go up to your top. One more breath. And then you're gonna reach back behind that knee. Go ahead and pull that leg into. If you bend the bottom knee for a little bit just to get your bearings, that can be very helpful. And then you're gonna drop the thigh bone down. You see how like the hips hiked up? You drop the thigh bone down, you have a little bit more space in your upper butt, and then try to extend that bottom leg. Ooh. Okay. Breathing in. Breathing out. Go ahead and release that top leg. You're gonna come up onto your hands and knees facing towards the front of your mat space. So here we go. Okay. All right. So in table pose, we're gonna curl back, draw your belly back, exhale. And then inhale, come forward somewhere between like up dog and cow pose. So I'm lifting my chest up. Exhale, round it back. Inhale, somewhere between cow pose and cobra pose. My hips go forward a little bit and my tailbone is up. Exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come forward into plank pose now. Heart up above your thumbs. You can leave your knees down or lift them up off of the floor. I'm going to try to stay here for 5 breaths. Broaden your shoulders. Reach your ears away from your heels. 1 more breath in. And breath out. Breath number 3, push the floor away. Exhale, push the inner heels back. Inhale, reach your ears out of your shoulders. Exhale, feel the fronts of your hips drawing up to your ribs. 1 more time, breathe in. Exhale, and then lower as slow as you like down onto your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, soften it back down. Take your hands, hover them up off of the floor. Feel your shoulders opening. You're gonna slap your hands down into the floor to push yourself up. Go. And then curl the toes under, back to downward dog. Relax your ears down, wiggle your hips, walk through your heels. Feel the backs of your shoulders pushing down into widespread fingertips. And if you ever see me strangely doing one-arm things because my earbuds are falling out, that's what that is. Your tail wiggle. Breathing in. Breathing out. Forward, walk your feet up to your hands. Come to a fold at the front of your mat. Bend your knees as much as you need. Relax your head down. You feel the inner thighs lifting up to your pelvis. So you can keep your knees as bent as you like. That's going to start to open and awaken those hamstrings a little bit more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now bring your fingertips to the shins. Feel your tailbone reaching behind you. Send your heart forward. Ardha Uttanasana, or halfway lifted. 1 more breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way up, reach your arms up. Feel the fronts of your hips lift. And then drop your hands down into your heart. And hang out there just a moment. Got a note. Let me make sure I say hi. Okay. Okay. So from here, take an inhale, reach those arms up again. And then on your exhale, fold it down, bend into your knees. Feel those inner thighs lifting up to your hips. Inhaling, come halfway up, fingertips to your shins, let the heart go forward, the tailbone go back. You're gonna plant the hands, step back again into plank pose. So moving your feet back, and you can always go from your knees here, but try to keep your belly drawn in. We're gonna go forward this time, come into your tiptoes, and then lower down onto your belly. Untuck the toes, inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, soften it down. Hover your hands up off the floor, draw your belly in, push the floor away, come up, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale. Look forward. Bring your feet up to your hands. Relax your spine. Feel the inner thighs lifting up. Fingertips to shins. Inhale, halfway up. Tailbone stretches back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Reach the arms up. Lift the front of your hips. Exhale, hands come back down into your heart. 1 more time through like that. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold, soften down. Inhale, halfway up. Tailbone back, heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back. Find plank pose. Come forward to your tiptoes, maybe to your knees. Go down to the belly, exhale. Roll those collarbones open. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, soften down. Cover your hands up, lift your belly, push the floor away, and press back into downward facing dog. Feel the backs of your armpits pressing into the hands. Spread your fingertips out. Relax your head. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. And release your knees down. Go ahead and take a seat back. Check real quick and see if you're muted. I'm hearing some noise. I forgot to mention it after. But go ahead and check your speakers there. You're gonna take your index fingers, your fingers, all of them, all of the fingers, together, interlace them, and then make some circles around with your wrists. So some figure eights, I guess, would be a better way to put that. And then if you want to feel really silly, you can try going the other direction, which I always find maddening. Like, out of all of the ways that I've learned to have control of my body, this is one I've never gotten better at. Oh well. And then you're gonna go back into the center. So relax your collarbones up and just giving yourself that extra cue. You're gonna switch the cross of your fingers back and forth a few times. You feel the backs of your ears lifting. Maybe you can even soften your belly back with a gentle core engagement, and keep trying to switch your fingers back and forth while still maintaining control of your breath, which is an interesting feat to work for. And then go ahead and let it go. Shake your fingertips out. You're gonna take your hands, spread them out again. We're gonna press back into downward facing dog. Work forward to our flow. So take a big breath in. Big breath out. And look forward. Bring your feet up to your hands. Forward folds. Feel the inner thighs lifting up. When you get to your next inhale, halfway up, heart comes forward. Exhale, soften it down. All the way up. Lift your arms, lift the front of your hips. And then take your hands down into your heart. Okay. A little bit of balancing in to start us off. So what we're gonna do here, you're gonna take your, what are we doing? We're gonna take you're gonna stand on your right leg, you're gonna lift your left leg up. Try to lift your inner thighs and lift your arms. If that's difficult, hold on to your leg with your left hand, right? So you're gonna get up nice and tall, lifting your inner thighs, and then open your left leg out to the left, keeping your butt underneath you. One thing I like to think of is dropping that thigh bone down, because sometimes we get here, right? And then inhale, come back to the center, lift the inner thighs again. Then you're gonna bend into both knees, put your left ankle on your right knee, and sit your hips back. Let's stay here for a moment. Your right hip is probably going that way. Try to roll it that way. So again, the thigh bone going down to the bottom of the hip socket. We won't hold it this long for most of the time. A good alternative to this is to cross your ankles and push your hips back. So that might be a little bit better on tight hips. We're gonna unwind everything, come back to that one leg lifted again. And then go ahead and bend your right knee. You're gonna step that left foot as far back as you can. Bring your hands down onto the floor. Peel your right hip back. Take the right arm open into a twist. Stay there as you exhale. Then put your right hand down, step back into plank pose. And you can always skip these and go straight to downward dog. You can do the flow as we did, or come forward into chaturanga, or you're going to your belly. And then you're gonna inhale into cobra pose or opening up into up dog. And then you're gonna either press back to downward dog or move through that slapping the floor if you really enjoyed that. You have a little frustration. So from downward dog, spreading those fingertips out, releasing your heels, floating the tailbone up, relax your neck. Now leave your left heel down. Sometimes we kind of hike the heels up. Leave your left heel heavy as you reach your right leg up. You get a little extra calf stretch there. Look forward, step the right foot outside of your right hand. Lower your left knee, turn the right knee and toe out, and move your left hand a little bit further forward. So you do all of that on your exhale eventually. And then inhale, reach it up and over. Exhale, turn it forward, turn your toes forward. You're gonna start to shift your hips back. Inhale, lift your heart up a little bit. The wider should feel better on your hammies, but you can always grab a block. Okay. So you'll take your inhale here, and then you're gonna set both feet forward. So you're gonna you bend into your front knee, step your left foot outside of your left hand, and you're gonna squat. It could be here, or it could be down here. Take an inhale, and then the hands go down, and we'll come into a fold, and you just kind of wiggle your feet back in. Come halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale all the way up. And then release your hands down at your heart. So it's kind of a long one. Let's do it again. Let's do it all on the other side. So you're gonna start standing on your left leg. Take your right leg, lift it up. Think of lifting your inner thighs. It's gonna get your hips balanced, maybe. And then exhale, open it out to the right side. So I'm keeping my bum down underneath me. You're gonna take the leg back up, and then you're gonna bend into your left knee so you can put your right ankle on it. And then this is a good modification. So I've still got a little rotation. I'm able to bend back into the hips, kind of propping on my toes. And make sure that your left hip is pulling back. Maybe you're falling over. Again, we won't do that as long when we flow. We're gonna take the right leg up, the right knee up, the arms up, and then step the foot back, bring the hands down, come into a lunge. Feel your inner thighs lifting, push down in the front foot, take your left arm up, and make sure that your left hip is pulling back to your right heel. Now broaden your collarbones so your chest is a little bit more stretchy and wide. And all those things will be working for. And then set your left hand down, step back to plank pose. So from here, downward dog, child's pose, or forward to the belly or chaturanga. Find a heart opening shape, and eventually working back to downward facing dog. Make sure that your shoulders are wide and strong, that they're not creeping up into your ears. Exhale. Release your right heel towards the floor. Take your left heel, reach it up towards the sky. And then look forward, step your left foot outside of your left hand. So right knee down, left knee and toe turn out. Your right hand goes a little bit further forward. And then inhale, roll it up and open. You're gonna take your exhale to roll it forward again. Turn your toes forward and start to shift your hips back. Inhale, heart stretches forward. Exhale, bend in the front knee. You're gonna take your back foot and step it outside of your right hand. And then you'll either stay here or your hips are lower, it's up to you. Good, take an inhale. And then hands down, straight-ish your legs, which is like straightening, but it doesn't have to get a fully straight. And then inhale halfway up. Exhale, hold down. Inhale, all the way up, arms lift. And hands come back down to your heart. So we'll do that a couple more times, a little bit more, one breath, one movement. I will offer that you think of breathing slowly. because there's kind of a lot happening and it keeps moving, like there's a lot happening, so it doesn't have to like arrive at specific places. And if it never arrives at places or you feel like you missed something, whatever, just keep moving. Yeah? So you're gonna start standing up on your right leg. We'll inhale, lift the left leg, lift the left knee. Exhale, open the arms and the leg. Inhale, lift back to the center. Exhale, bend the knees, put the left ankle on the right knee or the right ankle. And then inhale, come on up again. Exhale, plant the back foot and the hands come down. You might have to slide it back a little bit. Inhale into the twist. Exhale, 2 hands down, step back, plank pose. I'll meet you in downward dog, maybe an inhale and plank, and then exhale, heart goes forward. Inhale, heart goes forward again. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Push strong from armpits into hands, breathing in. One more exhale. Left heel is heavy. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Look forward, exhale. Right foot steps up, left knee down, turn it out, hand forward. Inhale, open up, stretch the chest open. Exhale, hands down, turn it forward, start to straight-ish the leg. Inhale, heart reaches out. Exhale, come forward with 2 feet. You're gonna bring your hands to your heart, whether or not your hips are all the way down. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, back into a fold, wiggle those feet in. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, softening it down. All the way up, breathe in. Exhale, hands at your heart. We'll go other side. You're gonna lift your right knee up, lift both arms, inhale. Exhale, open everything up. Try to keep your belly back, don't arch the spine. Inhale, come back to the center. Figure 4, ankle on the knee or on the ankle. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, reach it back, hands down. Give as many scooches as you need. Lift the inner thighs, lift the left arm, breathe in. Exhale, hands plant down, step back, plank pose. You can always skip these. We'll move forward, inhale. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, pressing it back. Deep breath in. Strong armpits. Exhale, relaxed heels. Inhale, tailbone roll skyward. Exhale. Leave the right heel down. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, outside of the left hand, right knee down, turn it out, hand goes forward. Inhale, we call this the all-in-one. It's a heart opener, a twist, and a hip opener. Exhale, hands down, knees forward, straight-ish the leg. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, coming forward into a squat of your depth. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, hands down, straightish the legs, wiggle them in. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hold. All the way up, breathe in, lift the arms. Exhale, hands down into the heart. We'll go again. Inhale, lift the left knee, lift the arms. Exhale, open it out. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, figure 4. Falling over. Inhale, come back to center. Ooh. Exhale, step it back, lunge. Inhale, open that twist. Exhale, hands down, step back. You can always skip these, I really do mean it. I'll meet you in downward dog. Whatever you're doing to get back there, you can always take breaks in child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, deep breath in. Big loud sigh. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward. Back knee down, toes turn out. We're gonna open up the all-in-one. Exhale, turn it forward. Straightish the leg. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, bring it forward into a squat. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hands down. Release into the fold, wiggle the feet in. Halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, soften it down. All the way up, inhale. Exhale, hands at your heart. To the left. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, open it out. Stay tall. Inhale, back to the center. Ida Pingala, figure four, ankle on the knee. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, hands down. Set the foot back. Inhale, twist, reach to the sky. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Maybe move forward, open chest to chaturanga, open chest to up dog. And then strong back of ribs into the hands, downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Release the right heel down, release the left heel all the way up. Look forward, left foot outside of the hand, knee down, toes out, hand forward. Open up, inhale, all in one. Exhale, hands down, turn the body forward, straightish the leg. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, coming forward, finding a squat at the front of your mat. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hands down, booty up, wiggle the legs in. Inhale, halfway up. Fold as you exhale. All the way up, inhale. Hands down at your heart. We're gonna go through this one more time before we start taking things down and softening a little bit more. We'll start standing on the right leg. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, open. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale, figure four. Back up, inhale. Exhale, lunge, step it back. Twist, inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Maybe you inhale in plank pose. You know there are options here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, downward dog. Stay there, breathe in. Stay there, breathe out. Right away, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it outside, drop the things down, open up all in one. Exhale, bring the body back forward, straightish the leg. Inhale, heart extends, slow. Exhale, coming into that squat. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, heart down, booty lifts. Inhale, halfway up. Fold, exhale. Inhale, all the way up. Hands at the heart. Moving straight through. Inhale, arms lift, left leg lifts. Exhale, open it up. Inhale, back to the center. Last figure four, exhale, dropping it back. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, hands down, left leg goes back. Inhale, twist. Exhale. Was I on the wrong leg? Nope. Was I? Am I? I think I'm on. Shift to your left side just so that you get the twist in. Stay here for another breath. Goodness, April. Okay, step back. Make a detour. I'll make you a downward dog. Trust myself for a few breaths here. Okay. Thanks for playing, folks. Inhale, lift your left leg, look forward, step your left foot outside, lower the right knee. Let's turn it out, open it up, all in one. Exhale, hands down. Turn it forward, shift it back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, into the squat. Drop your hips, hands at heart. Inhale here. Exhale. Come into the fold. Halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, soften it down. All the way up, lift the arms. And then bring your hands down into your heart. And then you're gonna take your right leg. We have to do this beginning balance thing at least to be moderately balanced. Not that you're gonna be like, you know, lopsided, so you open the knee up, yeah? Go ahead and put your ankle on your knee. Just give yourself a moment to drop your hips back. You won't be lopsided, but we might as well since we're here. I know I said it was the last figure four too. Go ahead and lift the legs up and drop it down. Good. We're not totally done with standing shapes yet, I know. If you feel like reaching down to touch the floor is kind of a long ways away, we're gonna grab onto a block, a stack of books, have a chair in front of you, or just don't worry about touching the floor. And instead you might just put your fingertips lightly on your shin, okay? Not putting pressure on, but lightly touching your shin, okay? So you're gonna have that towards the front of your mat, just in case you wanted it. And then bring your left foot all the way back. So I'm up on the back toes, I'm gonna lift the inner thighs, I'm gonna take the arms down behind my back, I'm gonna bend the elbows. So I'm putting my fist at the lower back. You're gonna draw the elbows back, lift your heart up in your rib cage so your spine gets longer, and then maybe extend the arms back as the heart reaches forward. Right hip pulls back, left inner thigh presses back. Inhale. Exhale. And relax your arms. You're going to take the back foot, hop it up so that the heel pivots down. You can keep the front leg back. You're going to bring the fist over to the right side of your waist. And then release your right ear to your right shoulder. Stay there, breathe in. Stay there, breathe out. And lift your head up. Move the fist to the other side of your waist. Your hip's gonna wanna drop out. Don't let it. Release your left ear to your left shoulder. Keep pulling that right hip back. Breathing out. And then lift your head up. Release your arms. You're gonna straighten your leg, or straightish, that's okay too, but try for straight. And then come forward, bringing your hands down as far as they will go. Honestly, on my right hamstring, it feels really nice to just have this little extra boost on the block. Check out your stance. In Warrior One, you shouldn't be standing one foot directly in front of the other. So you should have like a little bit of space back between your legs. If I wanted to slide this block back in between my legs, if it did such things, I could do that. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bend into the front knee, scooch it forward, come into a fold. Think of your lower back getting wider, your inner thighs lifting up into your pelvis, and then your neck relaxes. Inhale, fingertips to your shins, halfway up. Exhale, soften. Draw that belly and lift it all the way up. Bring your hands down to your heart. Other side, and then we'll get down on the floor. You're gonna take that right leg back, so I'm not standing on a tightrope, lifting through the middle. Heart goes forward, hands interlace behind the back. I'll lift the rib cage up away from my hips. Then start to straighten the arms if that's working for me. Here, keep lifting those inner thighs to stay tall in the spine. And exhale. Relax your arms. Hop the back heel up, so you're in Warrior One, check it out. Now on a tightrope, okay, good. And then you're gonna move the hands to the left side of your waist. Feel the left hip pull back, release your left ear to your left shoulder. Both elbows are pulling back, nice stretch to the side of your neck, exhale. Lift the head up, move the hands to the other side of the waist, and as you release your right shoulder, don't let that hip drop out to the side, you wanna pull it back still. Breathing out. And come back up, release your arms. We're gonna straighten the leg and come forward, maybe hands on something. You're trying for a straight leg. It's not like super crazy important if it actually does happen today. That's okay. One more breath in. Deep breath out. A little bend in the front knee. We're going to step everything forward into a fold. Relax the back of your neck. Feel your inner thighs rolling upwards. Allow any tension to just cascade down your spine, dripping off the back of your head to the floor. And then inhale halfway up. Full exhale. All the way up, breathe in. Hands at the heart. We're gonna work our way back into downward dog. If downward dog is not working for you and you're done with it and you've had enough chaturangas and up dogs and stuff on your hands, listen to yourself. I'm all the way up. Where'd my mat go? Listen to yourself and just come back to child's pose or take a rest on your belly or something. Yeah, we'll meet you down there on the floor. So standing at the front of your mat space, inhale, maybe you lift it up, and then folding forward. Inhale, halfway up, lift those inner thighs. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, last plank. And your exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, downward dog. One breath in here. Big breath out. And then lower your knees. We're all gonna come down onto our seat. So taking your right leg bent in on the inside of your left leg. You might adjust the flesh here. You might decide to sit up on a couch pillow or something, because again, lifting the hips is gonna help to open the legs and open the hips. It might be very helpful for you. And then come forward over your left leg as much as is reasonable for you. So if you can round your spine, but try not to round back here. If you're rounding back here, you're going to hold your hands back behind you to send your heart forward. So you're hinging at the hips. But if you can roll forward all the way, just go to wherever it feels good for you. And I do mean wherever it feels good. Nobody gives a shit what it looks like. Purpose here is to relax your back. There is absolutely no function to bringing your head to your chest. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Start to walk your hands in. You're going to open this shape up a little bit. So I like to kind of slide the long leg out, so my thigh bones are a little bit further apart. Keep those toes lifted, reach your left arm open, and then reach your right arm up and open. Drop that right hip down, release from your shoulder blade out through your hands. Exhale. Then you're gonna come up. You're gonna take this right hand. You're gonna bring it down behind your back. There's gonna be many different places that it's gonna go. For many of us, you're gonna press the back of the hand into the back, the lower back, and feel the shoulder opening. Some of us have really long arms or really loose shoulders, and you can hold onto your thigh meat right there. You see it? Hold the thigh meat. Somewhere in between there is fine. Really dropping the shoulder down. And then you're gonna try to keep your chest open and come into less of a side bend because your arm is in a weird place. You just try to soften the shoulder open. Exhale. unwind it to come back up. Let's just strain something. And then you're gonna turn back towards that leg again. So you're gonna come into that fold again, or I'll show you from the front. So I've got my one leg out. The leg that's gonna come in is gonna cross over. So I'm on the pinky toe edge of the foot. I kind of wiggle the knees together. And again, there's lots of flesh adjustments going on. So this foot is kind of in, these knees are as stacked as possible. And as you come forward, this bottom hamstring is gonna feel some stuff. This is also a good intermediary, but you wanna make sure this knee is okay, yeah? Come on forward. Again, the softness in the back of the body is the real thing we're trying to get here. It does not matter how far you get, it matters what it feels like. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Start to walk the hands back. I'm gonna unwind the legs and then work through all of this on the other side. So my knee is a little bit funky right now. I'm gonna grab a block, and in this shape, I'm gonna just put a block underneath my knee so that my knee is not wobbling around. If you ever feel like that's necessary, please prop yourself up, give yourself what you need. So adjust the flesh, this is back there, and then come forward over the other leg. Just finding softness. Two more breaths. To lift yourself up. We're gonna open the shape up a little bit. I'm gonna face a little bit this way so you can see what my shoulder does in this. So you're gonna keep your toes lifted. Right now, see my arms back like it's above my ear. Shoulder is very tight towards my spine back there. Instead of doing that, release your shoulder blade from your spine, releasing that tension point that so many of us get, or at least I do, where I need to roll a tennis ball back there. When I started doing this, my tennis ball necessity decreased significantly. Drop that left hip down, exhale. Then lift it back up. So you're gonna take your hand, it's either gonna go into the small of your back, or if you've got orangutan arms and loose shoulders, you might grab some thigh meat. Drop, open this left collarbone, and then come into a smaller side bend, and there's less room because you have a hand grabbing thigh meat or a hand in rib placement. So rather than how far can you get, can you do a weird thing and intentionally soften this left collarbone open? Big breath in. Big breath out. Start to unwind. You're gonna come to face towards the leg again. You're gonna draw this foot to the outside of your hip. Thighs are wiggling together. And then come forward. Remember how there was also the option of the ankle on the knee, or coming back to that first one-legged forward fold. So come on over that body. Soften your back. Breathing into points of resistance, deciding if you should back off of points of resistance. More breath in. Deep breath out. And walk it back. Unwind the legs, come down onto your back, from your knees to your chest, give yourself a nice hug. rock around a little bit if that feels nice. And your arms to the sides, let your knees drop open. Press down into the back of your right arm so that your left arm opens up a little bit more. And with every exhale, let your belly get softer. You can open this up a lot. You don't have to stay as tightly wound. One more breath. Bring the knees up and over towards the other side. So you'll press into that arm to open the opposite shoulder, just giving it some softness. Your control go, letting your breath go. Checking in with places you might be tight, maybe your eyeballs are tight because you've been working so hard to follow weird stuff on a computer screen. One more exhale. Unwind yourself. I'm going to come down, feet on the floor, knees knocking against each other. We'll wrap up with a few minutes of rest. Feel free to take a seated meditation. Maybe you stay in this position, which can be a little bit easier on the lower back. We'll start to work into Shavasana, corpse pose, legs flopping open. I like to give a little small snuggle of the shoulder blades under the heart, just because it helps the chest to be a little bit more open in a soft kind of way, not in like a ratcheting the shoulder blades into each other kind of way. Allow yourself to be with your breath, to just soften in, listen to the music for a moment. We'll wrap up in a couple minutes. Back to your body. Breathe in a little bit more deeply. Feel a little bit more energized. Maybe you wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe you reach the arms overhead for a nice good morning stretch. Take a really big breath in. Fill yourself up. Exhale, let it all go. Roll over to your favorite side, just curling inwards for a moment in gratitude for being able to share this practice together. As you're ready, come up to your own version of a comfortable seat. You don't need to sit like me. You don't need to sit like it's yoga. Just come to a seat. Hands gathered at your heart and your heart turned upwards. We'll we'll seal our practice releasing one Om together. Big breath in. Bowing down to the love inside of our hearts, the light and the darkness within each of us. Namaste. Thanks, friends. Thank you for being here. Have wonderful days. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know if you have questions about anything. I know today was a lot. We did a lot of things. Okay. We're gonna do. Thanks, Kate. We're gonna do one more session of this in May, and then throughout the summer, I'm gonna try to post a lot of some like brief flows if you wanna like get some inspiration for your practice and continue it on your own. It'll go like on my stories and on the Yoga Kinda Rock stories and posts. But I'm gonna take summers off of this class, but not the Sunday one. The Sunday like continues into perpetuity. So. Or for the Australian folks, the Monday one is going to continue and the Wednesday one's not. What day is it? I don't know. So, yeah, that's that. Thanks, folks. Take care.